Alrighty, it's that time of year. It's time for the Halloween tactical event. And this one is going to be called Hallowed Flame. I don't know why it's called Hallowed Flame. We'll find out. So, because this is a Halloween event, we're going to do a couple of things to change up our look. The first thing is we're going to actually use the Dullahan mask. You can get this from the market for a grand total of 1 credit, I think. In other words, it's super cheap, or to the point where it's actually free. So you can get that. We're going to throw that on. Pumpkin heads all the way. And the second thing is we're actually going to change the look of the Paris Pride. We're going to be using the Day of the Dead skin. Now, the Day of the Dead skin is really nice, but the colors are not going to work if the bow is that black. So we're going to change the bow to a white skin here. And let's just see if the accents actually change at all. No, I don't remember where the accents would change, but for the sake of making sure that things do stand out, we're going to change that to black. Okie dokie! So, with the arrows, is there a Day of the Dead arrow? There is not a Day of the Dead arrow. Okie dokie, so, with the Gatekeeper's Curse, I believe there is, in fact, yes there is a Day of the Dead skin for the Gatekeeper's Curse. For that, I will change the majority of the blade to black so that it stands out. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. So, while we are wearing a mask on our WarFrame, the Dullahan mask, I don't have a Dullahan mask myself. I don't exactly have a pumpkin to carve because I don't really like pumpkins. I just don't. So, instead, I have a much better idea. And thus, the look is complete. So we are ready to try out the 3 missions that are involved in the Hallowed Flame event. So the 3 missions that are involved in the Hallowed Flame event are survival missions on Earth. They seem to be ranging in difficulty from level 15 up to level 35 and 50, so that one is going to be very exciting. So without further ado, let's get into it with the first of them. We're going to be getting ourselves a good old-fashioned blue potato. That's going to be easy enough. And then a former, and then an aura former. So these rewards are actually really good. The idea that we're not getting a gold potato out of this is actually something that pleases me, because I have way too many gold potatoes. But I do also have quite a few aura former now, so we'll need to eventually figure out another WarFrame to use an aura former on. Not just this event, but also like the night where just giving me freaking aura formers. Oh crap, it's a zealot preloid. Okay. Oh, okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna have to actually pay attention to this.
His light is not for you.
Okay, I see. Okay. You know what, I can't wear wearing this mask. Actually, you know what, screw it. Extra challenge mode. Okay, so the way this works is, the lantern will prevent your enemies from getting invulnerable, but without the lantern, they are very much invulnerable, so beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Green Lantern's might? Green Lantern's light. I don't know. Keep the lantern lit for 5 seconds. Oh! Hang on. So how does the lantern get lit? Big questions. So we're no longer actually looking for... Hey, this is actually a pretty nice game mode. So we're no longer looking for... hang on. Trying to think of a sentence here. So we're no longer trying to find life support, so that's good. Instead, we're keeping the lantern lit for as long as possible by killing enemies. But the lantern actually goes real quick. I see. Yo, keep the lantern in one place, methinks. Let them come to us. We killing them increases the charge. So you'll know if they are invulnerable because they're actually glowing red, or when they enter the lantern area, which is something that is the mechanic that came about with the with one of the most recent boss. I can't. It's too hot. Sorry guys, it's too hot. Right now it's like 35 degrees outside. I've got the window open and we're not using aircon at the moment. Like, oh.
We shall wash the self out of you.
Alright, we'll actually move, instead of leaving the lantern right there, we'll actually put the lantern smack bang in the middle. Oh, it's called Hallowed Flame, that's the lantern. Okay. So whilst these guys are in fact invulnerable, they aren't invulnerable to abilities per se, so I can in fact, you know, I can in fact crowd control them or bring them closer to the lantern area so that they become vulnerable for a change. So that's good. Like, obviously this was just done as a Halloween event, but I think DE could I think DE should probably just, like, change Derelict Survival to this kind of a mission, because this is actually interesting. Obviously, if you bring a Sarin, then it becomes needlessly easy, but at least it's a nice and refreshing take on survival missions, so that's good. And we'll probably be doing this for all three of them. That was just to heal myself. Hang on, I wonder. Oops. Hey! Alright, let's get out of here. 5-minute survival mission. More or less easy mode. You do not want to shoot these storage containers because they're actually highly... Oh, because they're toxic, that's why. After all, this is a Halloween event, so it's meant to be as dangerous and as scary as possible. So, that's the first survival mission done. We'll see how long the next survival mission is going to be, and the subsequent one after. I can't put on my mask because it's just too stuffy. Yeah, let's move on to the next mission. Alrighty, so the second mission is going to be a 7-minute survival against level 25 to level 35 enemies. Same idea, let's go. Oakley dokley!
Welcome, the myriad you shall become. You have not earned his gift.
Alright, let's put it right in the middle. So we're gonna keep it right in the... Oh, never mind. Valkyrie's going to move it around. Okay. Looks like she's keen. Wait, do we have an Ember with us? Oh no, it's Goss. Okay. That's interesting. If you look at the top left, it looks like if someone is carrying Hallowed Flame, it might have a bit of a larger radius? I don't know. I'm gonna need confirmation of that. But it is annoying if someone is running around with it, because then you think that enemies are going to be invulnerable, but they are very much vulnerable. Ah! Huh. I feel like the range of the lantern correlates with the charge that it has. So as the charge continues to remain at 100%, the range that the lantern operates in is considerably larger. Whereas right now it's sitting at 70%, and the circle on the map, as you can see, the blue circle on the map is a lot smaller. But if we bring it all the way up to 100, it is actually nice and big. So looks like the aim of the game is to try to keep this as close to 100% as possible, because if the charge is at 1%, it becomes probably nigh impossible to bring it back up to 100% fast enough. Like, you know? So, interesting. But typically, provided you don't fall asleep, I think everything will be just fine. Although the charge does drop pretty damn quickly, so... And maybe that's part of the challenge. Oh, I don't actually have to be in the lantern fight. I just have to make sure that enemies are there. Maybe that's part of the challenge, is that the lantern runner needs to go a little bit more this way. There we go.
We shall wash the self out of you.
Oh, what was I saying? So, I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, so the lantern runner needs, if someone is actually going to be a lantern runner, they're going to have to be really active in finding the next group of enemies. So actually having enemy radar would be really useful. But you'll probably have a pet or a sentinel that has animal instinct anyway, so that won't be too much of a problem, but chucking enemy radar at the same time would be really nice. At some point I should probably talk about the aura that I'm using, which is Swift Momentum. It's actually a new aura. Ah, screw it, I might as well talk about it now. Swift Momentum is a new aura. The way it works... Swift Momentum. So while I have allies here, Swift Momentum gives you extra melee charge rate and extra combo duration. So that extra melee charge rate is basically doing a heavy attack, like so, and it gives you extra combo duration. So that's 6 seconds of combo duration. It's essentially a that 5 drain mod that's really useful, but also gives you, because it also gives you some extra status chance. What's it called again? Drifting Contact. It's like a drifting contact in that it gives you that much extra combo duration. Now, I find that this particular aura is just simply very useful because it also opens up my builds for melee weapons, so that I don't need to use drifting contact necessarily if I'm not trying to do a hyper status build. If I am trying to do a hyper status build because my melee weapon doesn't have any critical damage and therefore relies on slash damage through slash procs or gas procs or all that jazz, then obviously using this aura is probably not necessary. Instead, it would be more worthwhile to use something like enemy radar or like steel charge if you really want to go into that melee. But by using this particular aura, again on mag, I don't necessarily have to do anything because I do have that aura former on mag. So right? Yeah, I have my aura former on mag, so because of that, I can choose to use whatever aura I want. Because I have that luxury of choosing whichever one I want. Using this aura doesn't seem to give me any particular negatives, so I have no real issue using this aura, at least on mag. Oh, that's right, we need to keep it lit for 7 minutes! We almost lost it. So because of that, I now get to really go hardcore into the 3 prime mods that one would always use on a greatsword like the Galatine Prime. That's Prime Reach, Prime Pressure Point, and Prime Fury. Being able to fit all of those in simply because I now have an extra mod slot to actually put in something like Prime Reach means that this weapon is going to be all the more effective in the long run. And also because of that extra range, it does mean that trying to build up that combo is going to be a little bit easier because the weapon does reach a little bit further. So that's basically my review of Swift Momentum. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments below. Otherwise, we will continue with the rest of this particular mission. Do I have healing? I don't think I have healing return on my blade. I don't have enough mod space for that, unfortunately. Okay, extraction is available. Let's get out of here. Wait. Some of them are explosive, and some of them, the ones that are explosive, appear to be the ones that damage you. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure about that one that sort of did a radial sort of thing. I'm not 100% sure about that one.
1,000 hands wait to embrace.
So I don't know why they're hanging around. You're not gonna get anything extra from chilling for more than 7 minutes as far as I can tell. So I don't know what they are hoping to achieve.
Darkness for you.
Rip Lantern.
Another job well executed.
Completed. And the guys who are chilling, just hanging around, they now just went through a good old-fashioned post-migration. So, alright, let's move on now to the next and final survival mission.
You have not earned this gift.
Wait, hold on. Okay, for the final mission, we're going to be using Octavia because I tried using Volban after failing this final mission a couple of times because for whatever reason someone refuses to leave the lantern on the floor. Anyway,
This is happening.
Agreed.
Apparently, if you use Vortex right on top of the lantern, enemies that get dragged into the vortex, they remain invulnerable. Question marks? What? What? So that turned into a gigantic meme. Instead, we're going to try this method. Good old-fashioned Octavia, most overpowered WarFrame in the game. Whoops. Ouch. Okay, let's put this right smack bang in the middle. So the idea is to hopefully bring them in, but I don't know how effective this is going to be. Wait, is the game playing itself again? Am I actually doing it? No, it's it's Ember. Ember's the one who's doing it. CC, you can still affect them with abilities, i.e. Mag can pull them in. You just can't damage them. What's that noise? Shots fired. Base is garbage. Calling it. Because again, base mains are typically one-trick ponies. Frozen! I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm the one doing the most damage. Oh, I'm not. I'm definitely not. It's Ember. Oh, I'm using a Kundala. Okay. Wait, who's using Zephyr? See, this is the thing about Octavia against Infested. Infested are not inclined to hit the mallet as much. Grenier and Corpus are more interested in hitting the mallet because they're able to shoot at it, but Infested, they actually need to run up to it, and at that point they're actually more interested in hitting you than the mallet. So that's the thing about Octavia. If you look at the damage count, I am not doing anything particular. It's actually all Ember. The only thing I am doing is I'm actually just increasing her damage. Because by using Amp, I'm increasing her damage by 310%, question mark. So what that translates to, I'm not 100% sure, but my understanding is it's a 3.1 times direct multiplier on all of her damage. Draws power from the decibel level, yada 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 yada. Apply damage buff for Octavia and her allies. So I think we'll be fine otherwise. maybe I should have used Partition Mallet. What augment do I have? I don't know. Actually, I can find out. No augments. Okay. Oh, whoops. There we go. Let's make it move.
You found the first resource cache.
Yay, we
I'm
found a resource
detecting
cache.
2 more faint hints.
Yeah, Octavia is overpowered. That is 100% true. Not yet. Will come with Grendel. I am very excited for the Ember rework. I really think it's going to be good. There are some people who are concerned, and rightly so, I guess. And of course, I'm worried about the numbers, of course. Like, the overall design of the rework would be pointless without the numbers. But the design is so interesting that the only thing I'm worried about are the numbers. I'm not really worried about the overall design. I think it's going to be pretty dope. So we're gonna have to just see how effective it is. Similarly with the Volban rework, I'm actually pretty excited about that as well. Although some people are a little bit pissed that Mine Layer is still there. I think Rahatelius made a video talking about the rework, and I just think he's particularly excited about it for reasons that he's more inclined to share than I am. So we'll see. Oh. I threw it all the way here. Might as well drop it.
We shall wash the self out.
So it looks like this is the part that gets really tricky. You really need to coordinate with your team. The new horde detected part of this particular mission is where things get finicky, because you could really screw up the team if you move too fast, if you move too slow. You basically have to stay with the team as you move to the next area. So actually, I wonder. Hey, Ember, can you tell if you are doing 3.1 times more damage than usual? That's the big question. Does Amp just straight up give even WarFrame abilities extra damage? You are doing more damage than expected? It says damage buff. Is that ability strength or just a damage buff? It says damage buff. So in my understanding, my understanding is that even my rifles should be doing more damage. So if I'm out of it, 30,000, 40,000. Now that I'm in it, because that's how amp works, right? That's how amp works. I need to find an enemy to shoot. 47. 42. I don't know. Okay, we can get out of here. Now let me just do the jumping puzzle. There we go. Let's get out of here.
Cache. My readings indicate one more.
Anyway, I would say that was rather easy compared to the ones that what? Kuva? Okay, compared to the ones that I did before, which was complete fails.
Darkness for you.
Doesn't matter. That is the end of the third mission. Okay, so that's basically the 3 main missions. There's going to actually be the endurance one as well. That is going to be a 15-minute one. I believe the score is at 900, i.e. 900 seconds. That's when we can get some really cool stuff. So I will separate that into its own video so that this one doesn't go for more than however long it's already going to be. Let me know what you think about the entire tactical alert in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Otherwise, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more WarFrame content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!